Hello guys, this is going to be my first tutorial on how to set up a web application or a website or a web server. So the first thing you need to do is right click, go to new, go to folder, and just make a new folder. Let's just call this website. So I'm going to be using Visual Studio Code. You'll be using your IDE of preference, but it's going to be easiest for me. I right click on it and I open up the IDE through there. First things first, you need to initialize the project. So we're going to be using Node, and we would need to go into the Node Package Manager, npm, and type in npm space init into the terminal. I don't know why this pops up. It's just something I have to do. I have to reinstall VS Code or something. I can't remember exactly what the error is for. But npm space init, init, enter, and this will basically start the config JSON file. So the package name, this is basically the config name or the project's name. We'd want to do this website. It's going to be the project's name. We're going to be doing version 0.0.1 since this is going to be the first minor version. The description of this is a short tutorial on how to make a beginner website, like that. Alright, entry point. We are going to be doing server.js. That's going to be the entry point for our program. Test command, we don't need that. Get repository, we don't need that. Keywords, we don't need that. The author, you can have however you like, but I'm just going to type in my name. The license, doesn't matter. I just type in MIT. That looks good. So we do that. Alright, so it made the JSON file right here. Alright, now to make it easier to start the server to make it to where we could type in like npm start to start the server instead of having to type in the file name, we could go into the JSON file. Make sure you add in a comma right there, right after the test scripts thing right here. Now, and then we type in start that, and then node and server. We don't need the .js at the end of it. So basically what this does is when we type in npm start, it goes through this right here, and basically that's the same thing as node server, and it makes it easier just to set the server. This is from my understanding, so it may be wrong. So let's start working on the server. Not really. Let's just get all the boilerplatey stuff out first. Now, for the home page, we're just going to be doing home.html. Not really best practice, but it's for the sake of the tutorial. And then we are going to be doing an about.html. Home is to basically be the entry point for the user when they request to, this is going to be the first thing they request. So we're just going to be filling in the boilerplate stuff right now. Document, let's change the title to to their respective things. So the home.html title is going to be home, and the about.html title is going to be the about. Now, let's add a little description of what the page is and a link to the other page. Now, I'm assuming that you have the basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so I'm not going to go in depth with how everything is working. And I will leave a GitHub repo for a repository for you guys to download. It won't include the node modules folder, which I might include it. Yeah, I'm going to include it. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be the about page. So we do about page. And then we go into a new line and type in a link to the index file or the home file, home.html. Okay. So we've got all this stuff set up. Now we need to go and now we need to download the files that we need. So go into your terminal, type in npm install connect. Now I think I may have typed it in correctly. I did type it in correctly. Okay, so you've got connect in. File system should be default and HTTP should be default. So now we can start work on the server. Now the server is going to be really easy to set up. You should be able to understand everything with basic knowledge of JavaScript. You should be able to understand it. So we need to go into the server.js file and import the things that we need. So we need an HTTP reference. So we do const HTTP equals require, if I type it in correctly, HTTP, and make sure when you type in HTTP you encase it in quotes or double quotes. It's really important that you do that, or else you're gonna it's not really gonna work. Now the second thing we need to, if I can type const correctly, okay, is make a reference to connect. It's going to connect is going to be the thing that's like the framework that we're going to be using for the server. Connect, it's not used widely by big companies and stuff. It's really easy to set up, and I just feel like it's going to be good for an example for how to set up a website. So we're going to be using connect, and we do const connect constant connect equals require connect, and we have that imported. Now to fetch the files, when the user clicks on a link to go to a different HTML file, that is a request, and we have to fulfill that request via response. So to actually retrieve those files, we need to import the file system. Constant fs equals require fs. And that is all of the imports that we need right now, or the references that we need. Now, right now we're going to be setting up the functions to switch files. So we're going to be doing function home, and that's going to be taking in arguments of req or req, which is going to be request, and res, which is going to be response. Now it's going to be the same thing for the about function. And basically, these functions are going to be switching switching the content in the viewport to the files that the user has requested. So, like, when we're in the home.html or the home page, when we click on the about link, we are actually sent to the about page is going to be displayed on our screen. It's going to switch the viewport to the about screen. I've kind of got used to the so another thing we can do is var app is equal to connect, and it's going to be in the function format or a method format. Var app equals connect parentheses. And that's going to be like, from what I've seen on the internet, app is the common naming convention for the reference to connect. So we go in under all these, because I like to keep my functions and stuff above the actual entry point or where the program's going to be executed. I like to keep it above. And then we do. This is where we're gonna be setting up the server. So we're gonna do http.create server, and we are going to be passing an argument of app, and then we're going to be listening on port 3000. And after creating the server and everything, we want to make sure we see that the server is running inside of the terminal. So we're going to be doing console.log server running ... That just makes it look cool. Alright, so to actually try to handle the requests, we're going to be doing app.use home, and then we do home. Okay, so yeah, and then we do the same thing. We're going to be doing the same thing for the about section. So do about, and then about. Alright, so this is going to be working okay. Res, so we're doing response dot write head, and then we're going to be passing in the arguments of 200, and we're going to be doing a little bit of an object thingy. Curly brackets, and we're going to be doing content dash type. No. It's going to be like in the format of JSON, so it's going to be curly brackets, double quotes, content dash type, and make sure that you are going camel case. And in the actual value, we're going to be passing in text/HTML. This is basically saying that the file that we're going to be sending next is going to be of text/HTML is going to be HTML. And now what we're going to be doing is using the file system dot create reach stream, dash dot type, and then we do res. Okay, so this we have set up the home. Basically, Oh, I'm having a little bit of trouble. My cough. This basically, when we request to go to home, it uses this function to send the user the home.html file that is rendered in browser. We can just copy and paste this for the about section and just change the file in the create restream function. Now this will work. Hold on, let me check my. This is a project I'm working on right now. It's my portfolio, not the package. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Website. Okay, I kind of messed up right there. I'm gonna edit this out probably. Go to portfolio. Right here. You go to server. Oh, okay. Open with Notepad. Yeah, that works. And this is just a little bit of a reference here. Cancel installation. Function. Okay, so I don't want that. When we go and pass in the argument for the app, which is basically signing that, we could also wait. Okay, well maybe I should demonstrate what this is. So right now, with the state of what? Okay, so right now with the state of everything, we have the home.html file, which is basically all the boilerplate HTML, and a paragraph tag with homepage, basically identifying what the page is. To make it a little bit easier for us, because looking at the title may be a little bit more difficult. I like doing it this way. It's not really a matter of difficulty or whatever for me. And then we have a link that is referencing the about.html file. And in the about.html file, we also have boilerplate HTML file code and everything, HTML code. And we also have a paragraph tag, which is identifying the page by the text about page, and we also have a link that is referencing back to the home page. And in the server.js file, we have all the imports at the top, the import for HTTP, the import for connect, and the import for files system. And then we also have the app variable, which is a reference to the connect thing, the connect module. And we also have two functions, home and about, which basically handle the request and response for the website. Now, below those two things, we have the app.use for home and about. This basically allows this also helps handle the request and response system. And then we have http.createServer. We're passing the argument of app. This is basically giving the app variable the ability to use request and response. And we have .listen at the end of that is making it so then we could use https / localhost 3000 to access the server. Now this is only going to be local, and it's only going to be accessible by your computer or whatever device you're running the server on. And then below the HTTP, the create server, we have a console.log server running, which is basically telling us in the terminal that the server is running. Now, what we're going to be doing next is inside of the create server function, we are going to use a little bit of trickery to make it so then we can just use, so then we don't have to type in a localhost /home to get into the website. We just type in localhost 3000 to get into the website. So function, and it's going to be we're going to be making a new function, and it's going to be taking in the request and response arguments, and we are going to be making it so then it goes to the home page immediately. So we're going to be doing response dot write head 200 content dash type colon text slash HTML. This makes sure that the computer is ready to handle a text slash HTML file. I put a dot instead of a slash right there. Now we are going to be creating the read stream for the home.html file. .html, and we do .pipe response right there, and we should be ready to go to start the website, to run the website. So make sure you save all the files before you actually go through and try to launch the website. So since we created the start function in the JSON file, we could just do node package manager npm space start, and that should start the website. Alright, now we see in the terminal that the server is running, so now we can go into your browser of choice, go to localhost 3000. Okay, it's throwing an error. Okay. Interesting. Okay, hold on. https / localhost 3000 and automatically. It's really weird. Can I? Okay, there. / home. It works like that. It's weird. Alright, well. So, what I had to change around was when we were creating the server, the function, the contents of the function were kind of messed up, and just deleted it because it, for the sake of efficiency, you'd want to just call the home function up here, and it will automatically do that. Now, I'm gonna stop that. We're going to do npm npm space start. It's going to start the server and everything. Now, we are just going to open up our browser of choice, go to localhost colon 3000 slash home.html, and that should be your home page. So I'm just going to open up a new tab. We're going to be doing it like this: https colon slash slash localhost colon 3000 slash home. I mistyped something. Alright, let's try this again. Let's go through here. Slash home. That is really, really, really weird. Okay, well, I guess it's working now. So now, since we are in the website, we could just navigate around like that. You could have more of an advanced website. I can show you a little bit of that. Do Control C to bring up the stop prompt, and then we enter in capital Y to stop the server. And now what I'm going to do is go to my portfolio project. It's nowhere near completed yet, and we are just going to type in npm space start to start the server. Server started. So now what we're going to be doing, we're going to go into our browser of choice, and we're just going to go to localhost colon 3000 slash home. And this is my more advanced website right here. This is just the navigation menu right here. Right here, and we changing the file and everything. It's going into the different things that we need. And if you go to inspect sources, it has the contact.html file right there. Now, just to show that it really is working, we can have another div. This is using Bootstrap, so that's the reason why it's going to look a little bit weird. We do container. We need class, of course, div. Container. This is going to be the home.html file. Let's have this as the hold on a second here. And then we go up here. Where is it? Right here? Go to make an H1 tag. Like that. And then we do Ivan Hart's portfolio. And that should modify the home HTML file. And then since this is going to be the main screen right here, right like that, and now we can just go to a different file like this. It's just showing that we're going to the different files. And with the debug stuff that we set up in the server.js file, where it prints out the request information of the console, we can also see in the console that the computer is receiving the requests. The computer is receiving the requests, and we're sending them back. through the local host. So that's pretty cool. Alright, now that's just gonna be it. Okay, thank you guys for watching. This is gonna be the end of the tutorial right here. So see you guys. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.